Well, Minnesotans weren't notified until nearly 4 months after XL Energy reported this to state and federal regulators a radioactive water leak at its Monticello nuclear plant. XL Regional President Chris Clark indicates the utility had the option of telling the public sooner. However, we knew there wasn't a public safety risk or concern here. Our focus was really on understanding what we needed to do to remedy that situation. Clark said XL notified state and federal authorities immediately, focusing on finding and containing the leak, and did not want to create an undue concern. A state pollution control agency official says the public was notified Thursday, almost 3 months after the leak was patched, because we have now sufficient information to be able to share it to a wider group.
Neil Carlson here. That was from our news partners at KROX Radio. Now this from the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency. Quote, the leak has not left the facility site or contaminated drinking water sources. The Minnesota Pollution Control Agency, in coordination with the Minnesota Department of Health and Minnesota Department of Natural Resources, is monitoring XL Energy's efforts to clean up a release of water contaminated with tritium detected at the company's Monticello nuclear generating plant. XL Energy reported the leak to the Minnesota Duty Officer and Nuclear Regulatory Commission in late November 2022 after finding unusual results during routine groundwater monitoring. The leak has been stopped and has not reached the Mississippi River or contaminated drinking water sources. There is no evidence at this time to indicate any risk to drinking water wells in the vicinity of the plant. Tritium is a naturally occurring radioactive form of hydrogen that is produced in the atmosphere. It is a byproduct of the production of electricity by nuclear power plants. State agencies are actively reviewing data, including well sampling results provided by XL Energy, and overseeing remediation efforts. The company continues to update state agencies about cleanup efforts and share data from ongoing groundwater monitoring. The company reported about 400,000 gallons of the water containing tritium leaked from the water pipe running between two buildings at its Monticello facility. The leak was stopped, and the company is monitoring the groundwater plume through 24 wells. XL Energy is also pumping contaminated groundwater through extraction wells. The pumped water is being stored, and some of it is being reused on site. Quote, our top priority is protecting residents and the environment, and the MPCA is working closely with other state agencies to oversee XL Energy's monitoring data and cleanup activities, said Kirk Kodeleka, MPCA Assistant Commissioner for Land and Strategic Initiatives. We are working to ensure this cleanup is concluded as thoroughly as possible with minimal or no risk to drinking water supplies. XL Energy is exploring building above-ground storage tanks or installing a retention pond to store water containing tritium that has been collected during ongoing recovery activities. The company is also considering options for treatment, reuse, or final disposal of the collected tritium and water. Minnesota state agencies will review any options selected by XL Energy. I'm Neil Carlson reporting for iNewZ.TV.